I've received advice over the years that would have opened many doors for me, and I didn't follow it. I was young and hard-headed, and now that I look back, there were things that were telling me that I didn't listen to. And I remember meeting a mentor. It was they're twins. We call them the uncles, because they're like just uncles that keep it real with you, and they talk as one person. But one of the things they both said was, learn to listen and listen to learn. Meaning that if you can learn what an older person might know right now, you're going to skip over so many steps and advance faster because you listen to older people, because they've been through this thing called life before. And a lot of things don't change. They repeat. History doesn't change. It repeats itself. So once you get those patterns down, then you can advance quicker. I can make I can make a book of wisdom that I've received in a young age that I just didn't apply it. And now that I'm older, I can see the benefits of it. So when I look at that, that's why I would say the best piece of advice I ever got was learn to listen. I would say the best advice I've given is, be honest about who you are and what you want. And whether that's, a freelance client who might have someone say, hey, I can't pay you, the price that you're worth. This is all I have, but you do it, but you really don't want to do it, or you don't want to hurt that person's feelings. Be honest. Hey, this is my price, and I can't bend for that. Or, in a speaking engagement, as a speaker, I've been asked to come places and they didn't have the budget for me. And at times I said yes, but I was beating myself up inside. Somebody who might be a nice person, you don't want to hurt their feelings, and you get into a relationship with them. There's so many instances where we don't say what is our truth out of fear of missing an opportunity or hurting someone's feelings, but inside it, we're beating ourselves up and it eats at you. And so anytime you have your inner voice telling you to do something and you do the opposite, you are going against, I would say, for those that believe in a higher power, that the God in you is speaking, you're decreasing the volume of that voice, and you're also weakening your willpower when you do something that you shouldn't do, and your inner voice is telling you not to do it. Every time you do that, you make your willpower weaker. So I would say the best advice I've given folks in the professional world and in their personal life is to be honest about what you want. The advice would be to go for it. I think, over the years I'm a good starter, and there were a lot of projects along the way that were like just brilliant, and I didn't believe in my own brilliance. We all are given some gift, and you have to hone it, but you got to really do it, So I actually have a 20-year-old son, and I tell him all the time, whatever it is you want to do, man, I support you, but just go for it, There's a book by Malcolm Gladwell called Outliers, and in the book he talks about that there's no real talent per se. It's just spending hours upon hours upon hours beating on your craft. So whatever it is that you want to do, go for it 1,000%. I would say I've went after stuff over the years. I might have been 50%. Now I'm like 100% of whatever I do. But I'm a little bit older now, and sometimes you need that launching pad of your teens and your 20s to really lift off in your industry. So somebody finally say, man, I'm going to be an actor. Yeah, you may not be a leading man at 50, or 40, but if you start, I watch a lot of old movies. I watched an old movie the other day. There's a show called CSI. CSI, right? With I saw a show, the guy with the red head, who CSI Miami. I saw him in an old movie. I watched Juice a couple of weeks ago. I saw Samuel L. Jackson in there. Seemed like he was old back then, but if you really want to be successful, you have to start off at a young age, I would say, because you need time to develop, to master that craft. And so if you half step at a young age, you'll be older still half-stepping. But if you start off at a young age just going after the thing that you want, then you'll get further. And so that would be what I would tell myself if I was to talk to my 16-year-old self. I do believe if you want to find success, I believe in quiet time and solitude. I think that solitude is really like going to the gym. You strengthen yourself, and a lot of people don't like it because they really don't like being like themselves. So the more time you spend with the one you love, the greater the relationship with yourself or the one you love. And I do believe that there's a higher power, and it speaks to you, speaks through you. And if you're inundated with television and what other people think and billboards and, just other voices overpowering that voice, you won't always be confident or as confident as you can be because you're not listening to you. You're not listening to that higher force. And solitude is a big one. And I see how much people don't spend time alone. So that would be something I would tell folks, maybe an hour at nighttime or early in the morning, just taking about 15, 20 minutes before you jump into your day. I know at the OWN network, Oprah's network, she actually has it as a part of the day that you got to take 10 minutes and don't work and just meditate and just be alone and go within. There's power in it. It's extreme power in it, and I wish more people knew that. Even if you're in a relationship, it's okay to take a day away from your significant other and just keep the first relationship. Stronger relationship you have with yourself, the better the relationship with your significant other. So across the board, I would say for anybody that's listening, spend time alone. It's a powerful thing.
Thank you for watching A Wise Way. Subscribe to stay updated, share to pass the knowledge, or view our other videos on the left.